Hey fellow garage golfers, Roland here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. I have a really cool video for you guys. I want to show you a really cool update that we're going to be doing. This is going to be more of a time-lapse thing where I walk you through this in a little bit more in detail. But as you see in the sim behind me, we have some work to do here. And I'm really looking forward to bringing that to you here in an upcoming video and giving you an idea on how we did everything that you're going to see here in our setup. But we're basically going to have a ramp that we're going to be building, so when we hit a shot into our screen, it's going to roll down the ramp into a funnel. It's going to funnel underneath this platform that you see here that I'm now standing on. And here you see the insert. I'm going to have an insert here for when I'm going to hit iron shots. And I have an auto tee up here where the ball will automatically tee up and I'll be ready to hit shots without having to bend down, without having to use the burr tees anymore. So I'm looking really forward to doing that. I have a bad back, so this is going to really help me. This whole project is done through a company called Golflinx. I'm going to put their link in the video description below. But I'm really looking forward to showing you this transition. So when I bring you back, we're going to show you this transition, and then I'm going to walk you through how we did this. This is going to be probably a multi-week project for me, just because I only have time to work on the weekends to do this. But I'm looking forward to, I'm going to have to take a little bit of a hiatus from YouTube doing some more videos. But when I come back, we're going to be hitting it really hard. So when I bring you back, we're going to show you the full transition. So let's go ahead and bring that to you now. Welcome to Garage Golf 2.0. Let's roll that beautiful garage golf footage. Wait a minute, I feel like this needs a little something extra. How about we go with a commercial idea? Welcome to the Garage Golf Refresh.
Where
you have to subscribe to feel alive.
Feel alive.
Nah, you know what? I don't think that really did it. How about we go with something a bit darker, a bit edgier? Let's try that. Welcome to Garage Golf version 2.0, where we make sure if you don't like our new setup, you will always rest in peace. Definitely not. How about the over-the-top wrestling promo? Let's try that one. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Here at Garage Golf, we've worked really hard, brother, on getting this setup in place, and we're super pumped about it. So if you're one of these other channels trying to hold down Garage Golf, brother, I've been saying this for years. You better say your prayers, you better take your vitamins, because if you don't, brother, I got one thing to say. What you gonna do, brother, when the power of Garage Golf version 2.0 and all the fellow Garage Golf maniacs run wild on you, brother? Yeah! I like that one the most. How about we just go with the original reveal? Let's show you around the new setup. I'm gonna show you what's new here at Garage Golf version 2.0. Okay, so here's our new setup here at Garage Golf version 2.0. And for those of you who are interested in the build and how we did it, I'm going to put a link in the video description that shows you some of the pictures on how we set this all up, as well as kind of a half blurry, half kind of incomplete time lapse I did. It was my first attempt at a time lapse. You can still get the gist of what we were doing here. But this whole project took my father and myself probably about a week to do overall. And I'm still tweaking a few things. But we have an elevated setup now with a ramp that you'll see here. And part of the reason why is we now have a control panel and an auto tee up, which I will show you now. So once we kick this on, you're gonna see the ball automatically tee up there. Once you hit a shot, a new ball will pop up in its place. So here's what we did. We created this ramp here. And again, I lost about a foot of screen that you'll see here kind of on the side. And this is for when you hit a ball, the ball's gonna roll down this ramp straight into this trough that we built. And when it goes into this trough, it's gonna then go underneath down here, and that's where the ball will go into the auto tee up. So I came up with this concept from a company called Golflinx, but if you're interested in something similar to this setup, let me know and I can get you in touch with them. The cool thing about it is we also did some modifications to their design to kind of make it a little bit more of our own here at Garage Golf. So if you come to the back of the screen, A problem that we were going to have was what happens when you putt up the ramp. So here we are putting up the ramp. You also see a second trough here. And this is a trough that we created for when a ball gets putted. It will go into this ramp, down into this PVC pipe, which you may or may not be able to see. Let me turn the camera light off. There's a PVC pipe right there that you'll see. And it goes down that pipe underneath the ramp and straight back out to the auto tee up again. So we basically fixed the problem, and there's the pipe there, the PVC pipe. So you can see how that ball gets rolled underneath. Kind of similar to putt-putt, obviously. And then for some driver shots, ones that kind of hit too hard, it'll hit the screen and not pop into that trough. I've basically set up a little area here where the balls will get caught in between that trough and the screen. So nothing falls down underneath, nothing falls down in between. Let me turn the light back on. And that's pretty much our setup. So cool thing about it is it integrates with Unicore. So there's my Unicore IXO. There's the Unicore QED. We have a new screen up here now in the back as well that we use for camera replay and also for Pin Seeker Golf to watch our tournaments and the leaderboards for Pin Seeker. Here you see our two projectors here. I've done a video recently on what's in our golf sim. Of course, you can't go wrong without having the kegerator that we have here. Got one seat here, area here for club overflow, and some of the other things that we've been able to test here on the channel. And we got one extra chair here, and our desk space here. And of course, my toolbox here, which holds not only some tools, but some of the camera equipment that we use here at Garage Golf. And again, Pin Seeker was kind enough to send us one of their banners. We're going to do a lot of future videos with Pin Seeker here moving forward as well here in the future. All right, so let me know what you think of the new setup. Again, this is something that we decided we were going to do. The cool thing about the setup now is this is very similar to something that Golf Zone has done in the past. The cool thing about it is there's no having to bend down, there's no having to tee it up. If I take a ball off the tee, the second I hit it off the tee, it's going to be replaced by another ball that I could then hit that next shot. So I'd like to show you that a little bit more now moving forward. So let's go ahead and jump into E6 Connect. I'm going to play one hole for you. I want to show you how this whole concept works, how everything works down here in the directional pads. We have a mulligan button, an auto tee up button as well. So I want to show you a little bit more about that. And then of course, I'm dying to hear what you guys think about it. We worked really hard on it. Hopefully you guys like it. And I'd love to hear any questions that you have about the setup as well. Let's jump into E6. We'll play one hole for you, and then we'll see if you guys have any questions at home. All right, so we've now teed up Bay Hill Golf Club, and we're gonna be playing on E6 Connect. This is a 2.0 course now. And if you have not yet done so, make sure to download the most recent update of E6 Connect. They had a recent update, and I'll be hopefully doing a video on that for you guys in the future with some of the new things that have come out for E6. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, obviously we're ready to go. I have it set up using the pod with the Unicore IXO. And when it first automatically pops up a ball, as you see down here, I have some options down here. There's going to be a directional pad. You can't see it in the camera, but I will show it to you. And I want to show it to you here on camera really quick. So let me bring that up and I can show you what our options are when we're using this device. All right, so here's what we have down here on the floor, right on the back of the tee box. And you're going to see from the left to the right, we're going to have an auto tee up, which brings it up higher or lower. That's the up and down arrow. The left to right arrow is when you're actually on the game and you're on the green, or if you're on a fairway and you want to adjust your aim left or right. There's one button that allows you to change if you want, and that's the mulligan button, the one that has the left looking arrow with a curve to it. You'll see it says mulligan down there. So you can actually set that to do anything you want on the game through the actual software from the auto tee up. And then there's a ball button. So if it's not set up automatically to tee up after you take a shot, or if you just want to do kind of like a practice driving range and the ball doesn't pop up, you hit the ball button and it'll automatically pop up right here that you see. And that's the auto tee up right there. So it basically comes from down here where we have the balls. And again, this trough here actually slides down from each corner down to the middle where you see there, and then from that corner down here. So there is a bit of a slide to it. So when a ball goes in here, it'll automatically roll down to where it needs to be down there, where it auto feeds into the auto tee up. So that's the setup, a little bit more detail. Just wanted to kind of show that to you since you won't be able to see the directional pad on camera. But that's kind of what we have to work with here, and it keeps us from having to go back and forth to our PC over there, which is nice. So we can pretty much do almost everything that we need from right here. All right, so if I want to tee up the ball a little bit higher, I can push the tee up button. And that's as high as it goes there. If I want to tee it all the way down, let's say I wanted to hit an iron shot off the tee, you'll see the ball actually goes pretty much almost all the way down flat to below. So right about there is where you could tee it up and hit a tee up shot as well. So that's pretty cool. So for now, I'm hitting a driver. I have it automatically teed up all the way, and we're set to go. So let's go ahead and play this first shot. I did want to show you down below a little bit more about the setup. I'm really excited. I've been testing it out for a while. I really like the concept and the setup. So we'll see. I'll show you how everything works. With a driver shot, it may go down behind the screen sometimes. That's the one thing I'm still working on, figuring out how to keep it from going back behind there, but I did create kind of a little pocket with my mesh net that's behind my screen, so nothing falls down below that ramp back there. So we'll see how it does with this first shot, and then we'll go ahead and finish out this hole. See the ball rolls down into the trough down here. And then once it goes down into the trough, all the way down. I really skied that driver really bad, but we're just going to go ahead and play it. "133 yards, that's brutal. All right, so second shot, really far away, horrible driver shot. I'm going to be using a hybrid. Now, as you see, as I take the ball off the tee, I moved it to my insert. Now, for now, my insert are two 12 by 24 or one 12 by 12 times 2 fiber-built panels. I'm going to be doing something where I create my own do-it-yourself divot action mat, and I'm also going to be testing probably some hitting inserts from a few different companies as well. So keep that in mind. I'll be showing you that here in the future also. So for now, I'm using this fiber-built, and we'll be hitting a hybrid on this shot. If I want to adjust left or right, for example, because it kind of has me aiming at a tree, I can now hit the right button and adjust from there. So I can do everything right here at my device, which is really, really cool. Not absolutely everything, but pretty much everything I need to play around the golf. All right, not a horrible shot there. 178 with a hybrid. I'm 113 away from my third shot. All right, now see, that was one of the shots where I hit the ball with something low and penetrating, so it went behind my little ramp back here. But it gets caught in the net, so I can just bring it back down here, and into the trough it goes. So after every couple holes, I'll kind of check that net just to make sure. I can honestly fit 100 golf balls in here if I wanted to. I actually had a bunch in there. But the auto tee-up holds probably about 20 to 25 balls, so I like to keep the trough nice and clean so they don't get stuck on each other and me having to keep funneling them down into there. So that's another thing that I'm kind of working on. I will work on creating something in the back there, hopefully whether it be double-sided Velcro or something that keeps it from going back behind that second trough. But for now, it's working just fine. So third shot now, we have 113 yards. I'll be using, we're gonna see if we can use a pitching wedge to get it there. Good stroke. I thought, oh, okay. Oh, no. All right, 109. So I'm right there on the edge of the green, 17 feet away. That was a pretty decent strike. Maybe I should use the 9 possibly on that shot. So as you see with most iron shots and with a lot of other shots, it's going to hit that screen, it's going to hit that ramp, and roll straight down, just as you saw in the replay there, or basically as you saw in the shot. And I'm really, really happy with the setup. So this keeps me playing around the golf really, really quick. Obviously, when I'm not doing videos, I can knock out 9 holes probably in about 30, 40 minutes maximum, if that. So it keeps me moving, helps my back, which, you know, I've had a lot of back issues also. So this is working out really well for me. I'm really excited about it. And I'm loving, you know, waiting to hear what you guys think at home as well. And I'm going to change it to a putter because I'm going to try to putt this. So it's going to line up my shot. That's the way I have it set up on E6, which is the way I kind of like it. It speeds me through the round a little bit more, obviously. All right, so putting is the exact same concept. Now, the one thing I don't like is putting off of the fiber-built mat, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. Right now, my setup is slightly lower than the turf I put down, so every now and then the ball will bounce up off this lip right here. So I'm gonna look on working on creating my own mat insert for this. And if I do that, I'll keep you guys posted. But for now, this is what I'm using. So I have a shot that's gonna be 17 feet away. All I gotta do is hit it straight because it lined up my break for me. And we'll see how we do on this putt. Putting works the exact same way though. All right, and I actually made that putt. So you see the ball rolled right back down, goes back into the auto tee up, and now I'm ready to play my second hole. Let me know what you think on E6 Connect with the new setup that you see here in our golf studio. All right, so this is the end of today's video with our Garage Golf version 2.0, Garage Golf Refresh, Garage Golf Dark Edition, and the Garage Golf Over the Top Wrestler Edition. So let me know which intro you like best. I like the wrestling one personally, although the Undertaker one, even though I could barely set up to do it like he does, I like that one also. But let me know what you think at home. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I'll have my hyperlapse video on this whole concept kind of being put together. Some of it's blurry, some of it's clear, and a little bit of it's missing, but it gives you a really good concept. Sorry, I apologize. My first time at hyperlapse, I had it in autofocus and it wasn't taking the photos right. So towards the end, I kind of got the hang of it, but it gives you at least a good enough idea on how we set this up. Also, check the video description for our Dropbox link. I took a lot of pictures as we did this, just because I knew some of you may have questions on how we did this. If you're handy, it's something you can do yourself. If you're not, you're gonna need some stuff from the company that we worked with to get this all set up. But other than that, the creating of the ramp and the platforms and everything. And I finally have a setup now for right and left-handed golfers. So obviously I'm right-handed, but left-handed could easily stand here. And if they don't use auto tee up, they can still use the burr tees for a driver and use auto tee up for everything else. I did have to create a little notch here, as you see. I don't have it all the way to the end of the ramp. Normally it would be all the way to the end of the ramp, but my desk area is over here and I needed extra space for that setup. So that's why you see something kind of custom and unique. And again, this part of the platform, my father and I created the whole concept by ourselves. It comes with a middle platform with the auto tee up, which you'll see in the photos. But everything else we created this box down below that you'll see on the camera feedback when we were showing you the actual setup. The whole thing sits in and basically brings it up to level of the platform. So I hope you like it. I'm really, really curious to see what you think. I do lose a little bit of space for putting and other things, but the whole appeal of the auto tee up, and I mean, these are things you only see on $100,000 plus golf simulators like Golf's On and others that are out there. So love your feedback. If you like this video, give us a big thumbs up. Please like our video. Please subscribe to our channel. Really appreciate that as always. Check our video description for any links on products that we have in our simulator, products we've tested before. Not everybody obviously would want to set up this elaborate, and that's fine. I have lots of links and different things, and that's affiliate links. It helps out our channel if you use them at no additional cost to you. And of course, any questions, I prefer we just talk or you reach out to me anytime at roland@mygaragegolf.com. Really appreciate that. I'm more than happy to help you with any questions you have, whether you use our links or not. That's my promise to you at home. So let me know what you think. Garage Golf version 2.0. I really had a great time doing this video. This will be our setup moving forward, obviously, with future videos. So I'm going to continue to kind of showcase this and see what you think at home. I will be at the PJ Merchandise Show coming up very, very soon. So if there's anything there you'd like for us to see or to follow on your behalf, also please let us know. And as always, until the next time, keep on golfing. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so very much. All right, so here's where we're at, end of day one. You saw some of the footage on the hyperlapse video. And I also went and got some more boards, so we need to finish up this project here shortly. But here's our platform here as we still see. We started the actual ramp, and we're gonna be adding plywood to it next. But there's a couple things we need to do first. So let me show you a little bit more about the design from another angle here. So as you hit a shot, it's gonna hit into the screen as you see here. It's gonna roll down this platform. Now, what we're gonna do in the front of the platform, if you see over there, there's a board, and it's going to slant down from either side of the ramp. So you're gonna see from here to over there, and then from the other side it's slanting down to here, and it's all gonna meet here in the middle, and that's where the auto tee-up is gonna be. So the ball will hit that plank right there, and it's gonna roll underneath into the auto tee-up. And the auto tee-up is right here. And there you see the golf balls. The golf balls will go in that trough there, and then basically underneath and into the auto tee-up that we see there. Now, that solves one problem. We have one other problem. And that's gonna be when you hit a shot and it hits the screen, as we see here, and I have it all the way up, but there's gonna be a gap here. So the screen needs to be loose enough to flex when you hit a golf shot, obviously. So, for the most part, when you hit the screen and it's gonna bounce down, it's gonna land on this ramp and then funnel down into that trough and then underneath again, right? So, the only thing we didn't think about was how are we going to handle putting? When you putt from here and you putt up the screen there, well, what's gonna happen is the ball's gonna roll right off the edge of the ramp, right? We can't put a lip or anything there because God forbid you hit an iron shot right into a lip, whether it be wood or anything else, it's gonna ricochet. So what we're going to do essentially is create a second trough similar to what you see here, where it's gonna funnel down, and we're gonna put it back here. So I'm gonna move this up a little bit to give me the room to do it. So if you hit a shot and you hit a shot that falls down between the screen and the back of the ramp, it's gonna go into a funnel. It'll funnel all the way down to this middle piece right here. And then we're going to use a flexible tubing that will then funnel that ball right along this post here and then into the auto tee-up that you see there. So we should be able to solve that problem here shortly. Now, on the front of the ramp, there's gonna be a lip where the ball could go underneath. So we're gonna put a 4-inch board that's gonna block that entire lip there. So that way, basically nothing will be able to roll underneath the ramp moving forward. So I think that's about it. Now for the funnel from the back part of the ramp, this is a work in progress still. That may be too bright on camera, but I'm gonna use something similar to this PVC where the ball will go down into it, funnel out from there. And then we got this RV hose. It's a 3-inch by 20-inch RV waste hose, and that's gonna funnel that ball down, as you see here, to where I need it to go underneath the auto tee-up. So that's it for now. We got some work still to do, obviously. Just thought I'd give you a quick update as to what we're doing and what we're gonna ultimately end up with here. I think it's gonna be a pretty cool project. Let me know if you have any questions so far. Oh, and one more thing, I couldn't talk about this whole process without giving big props to my dad. My dad's been here helping me with this whole thing. Great dad, definitely helped me out with more than one plug this time, as I'd like to joke with him. We did a couple projects before where I said, I think he helped me with a plug or two. But he's definitely hands-on with this one. I really appreciate it, Pops. Love you. Just wanted to give you a big shout out.